is happening, people? It is Brian Alsruhe with NEVERsate.com, and welcome to this week's training video. So these may actually be out of order because from you guys, I'm going to need some questions for either a squat Q&A or a bench Q&A because I haven't done a Q&A in a very long time, so I thought it was about time. So on Instagram, I actually put up a poll asking whether you guys would rather see squat or bench Q&A sessions, and currently right now, squat is winning, so if you guys do want to sway that, then leave a bunch of questions down below. Whoever wins will end up being the ones that I end up answering all their questions for. Now, I have absolutely no excuse for today not to go really well because Elena is at home with the dogs. They'll be showing up later, but right now, I can actually be focused on my workout, so we're gonna see how that goes. The plan for today is to work up to a heavy axle deadlift. I'm not sure how it's gonna go. I did a bunch of grenade pull-ups on Monday, and it is Wednesday today, so my grip is actually a little bit sore. However, we're gonna work up something heavy and see if we can't do something awesome there. I'm also gonna be hitting the floor press to overpower some of my triceps, try to get some extra heavy stuff there. If you guys do follow my IG, you will know that I did a pretty good Z press. I did 200 for a triple, which is something really good that I have not been able to achieve since the surgery. So I feel pretty good about that, and I just wanna continue building those triceps. So I will be doing the floor press and as well as weighted pull-ups. Now, the reason why I'll be doing the weighted pull-ups instead of a row, even though I am pressing horizontally, and you guys will know, if you've been a fan of the channel for any amount of time, that I always like to pull in the same plane that I am pressing. However, when I am going to be doing something like an axle deadlift, and I'm gonna explain why that is so hard later, when I'm doing something like that, I probably want to let my grip work as little as possible, as well as my core and my lower back, so they can all be saved for that big deadlift. We'll see how that goes. And then I will be finishing it off the entire giant set with a dragon flag. If you guys don't know what dragon flags are, they're made famous by Rocky IV as well as Bruce Lee. And I might even, if I get a chance, do a little bit of a tutorial, just show you guys how you can start doing them, how you can scale them to get into doing it, because it's kind of the first of the harder ab movements. So you master that, you can move on to a bunch of really cool things. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get into my workout. Hopefully, it's gonna go well, just like the past 2 times. I will be jumping in with commentary and critiquing all of my technique on these lifts, so hopefully this goes well. All right, guys, so we're on the second set here, and the main reason why this is included is because I want to talk to you guys about how I get into the floor press position. If you guys look here, see how my feet are up on the air? Without a bench press, sometimes it's really hard to get that bar out of there without racking your shoulders, so if I stick myself in kind of a decline bench position like that for the floor, then I can unrack the bar and just kind of pull it out without unpacking my shoulders and losing all the work that I did to set it up. All right, guys, so the warm-up set's done, and as I've said to you guys before, I really don't know how the day is gonna go. On the floor press, I won't actually know until probably about 300 pounds, and then on the deadlift, I really won't know until about 500 pounds. Really, once you start getting to heavier weights, there's kind of weights that you get to on the way up where you're like, wow, that made me feel a little bit funny, or that kind of woke me up, or it's gonna be a good day or it's gonna be a bad day just by how that one moved. And just experience will be able to tell you that. And for me personally, I'm gonna have a really good idea after this next set or two what's gonna be going on. So hopefully, right now it feels great. But right now, at this stage of the workout, a lot of things feel great. So add 200-300 pounds, we'll see what happens. All right, so we're on to the third giant set where I'm up to 125 pounds on the pull-up, and that's going pretty well. That's a pretty standard weight for me now. But if you guys remember the last video when I talked about me flaring my elbows too early on the bench press, I'm still doing that same thing here, and actually kind of tweak my pec a little bit later in the workout because of that. So that's something I really need to remedy, is just bringing my elbows and make sure they're staying tucked so that I row the bar down on my chest in an active motion instead of just being passive and letting my elbows flare so early, because it's going to get me hurt if I don't stop it. All right, so all the time I get the question, whenever you guys see dragon flags in my workout, people want to know how to do them or how to scale them, things like that. So if you didn't know what a dragon flag is, all you're basically gonna do is lay down, and you're gonna do a leg raise, except you're not gonna let your butt or anything else touch other than your upper back. So when I lay down here, I'm gonna anchor down, I'm going to get into kind of an arched position. I'm not hollowing. This is kind of hollowing like a hollow rock. I want to do the opposite of that top. So once I'm up here, I'm going to kick my legs up, and then I'm going to breathe and brace the same way I would just like a deadlift or squat. Then I lower myself till my body almost touches. Once it doesn't touch, I reverse it, come back up. And go back down, don't let it touch, come back up. All right? So that takes a long time to do, and it takes a lot of core strength. I'm not going to lie. However, this is kind of like the first of the hard ab exercises that are really impressive to do. So if you can figure this out, you can get to a human flag, you can get to a lot of other things. However, scaling is gonna be tough, right? So the very first thing you can do to start out here is simply just anchor your hands and then still breathe and brace the same way you would on a deadlift or a squat. point your toes, and just do leg lifts, all right? Make sure that your butt is losing a little bit of contact with the bench. And then once these are easy and you do 10, 15 or whatever, you're just gonna add a pop to the top. So from here, I'm popping up, pointing my feet, right? I think they're just going like gymnastic, like, I don't know. Pop them up like that. All I'm trying to do is get to that kind of arched position, all right? From there, all I'm gonna do is start thinking like the face of a clock and start going down to like 1 o'clock, then 2 o'clock, then 3 o'clock, and reversing it. So you can either do that right now, go up here, and you can either start doing partials here, or you can start at the top, do a negative all the way down to collapse, and then roll back up, punch, negative, till collapse, all right? Until you can eventually do it. But they're a really, really great ab exercise. You just need to remember to stay braced the same way that you would on a deadlift or a squat. If you guys are just breathing through it or just trying to tighten your abs really hard, you're not gonna have the strength to do it. You need to fill up your body cavity with some air. So anyway, I hope that helps you guys out.
All right, so these next 2 sets of my workout, I always take very, very seriously because they are the ones that are gonna tell me absolutely everything that I need to know about how the rest of the workout is gonna go. So like I said, this is 315 pounds. I decided to jump to 315 instead of 300 because the bench felt pretty good, and then this moved pretty well. So I knew from there that I was gonna probably end up a little bit higher than I really originally expected, probably in the mid 3s to a little bit higher than mid 3s. Now, the deadlift, that is 405. That's the last weight that I typically pull without a belt. And it's absolutely not that I can't pull anything higher than 405 without a belt. It's that I've hurt myself really, really bad at 500 pounds. So I always throw a belt on just to be safe instead of sorry. So we're up to 135 here. That's pretty decent weight currently right now for my weighted pull-up. Still flaring my elbows a lot. You can see it badly here on the side view. You can see how badly pointed out that right elbow is towards the screen instead of on a 45-degree angle down. Now, here is a 500-pound pull, and this tells me exactly how my deadlift is going to go. And that felt fast, it felt smooth, my grip felt strong, and at that point, I kind of knew that I was going to be over 600 pounds, so I was going to jump to 550. It was definitely going to be 585 next.
All right, so a lot of people always want to know why I lift the Axle without straps, and the reason why is because back now, a lot of times in strongman, when people are using Axle, they get to use straps, things like that, but there was a time when mainly you couldn't use straps on Axle, and that was the reason why it was hard, is because an Axle is 2 inches thicker, so it is much, much harder to hold on to. On top of that, it doesn't have any knurling, so there's no like rough stuff to hold on to. It's just smooth. It doesn't have collars, which means that if those weights start rotating as you start moving the weight, you need to deal with it with your grip, so it makes it much harder. There's zero flex in the bar, so when you lift a normal barbell, when you get heavier weights, the bar starts bending, so it kind of leaves a little bit later. With an Axle, there is no bend, it's a pipe, so if it bends, it stays bent. And then finally also, since it is a 2-inch Axle, you were talking about lifting from a 1-inch deficit as well as 1 inch kind of out in front of your foot. So it definitely makes all deadlifts feel heavier, they're hard to hold on to, but the real thing, I'm sure many of you have experienced it, is if your grip is not strong enough to hold on to the implement that you're trying to pick up, your body will not generate force. Like, you're not gonna go snapping to try to come off it, your body just doesn't wanna generate it. So it'll let you know very quickly, and that's what we're getting ready to deal with right here. So I guess a couple weeks ago, I went up to 570 and got it for, I think, 5 or 6 on the Axle. So I would like to break that. I'm probably gonna jump to 585 right here to go for a single to see if I can get that. But ideally, I would like to go over 600 pounds. My best ever Axle deadlift was 650 pounds, but that was a long time ago, so I haven't done that since nerve damage, things like that. So we're gonna try 585, hopefully that goes, and if it does, then maybe we'll try something in 6s, but...
Okay, so I ended up topping out at 135 on the weighted pull-ups here, so I'm dropping back down and just trying to get more reps in, but as you can see, I'm absolutely fried. So I would encourage you guys, if you're doing ramping sets, to just work your way up and then just manipulate the weight each round just so that it's challenging. This is 350 pounds, which got very, very challenging here. On the 4th rep, I didn't know. I started feeling a little tweak in my arm. However, forgot all about it because I pulled this. That felt good enough that I knew right there that I was going to make a jump, and it was going to be more than 600 pounds. So I was really stoked right there, and honestly, I completely forgot that my pec got a little bit of a tweak here, so I ended up moving up.
All right, so we are coming up probably on the top set of the day. I think last set was at 350 on the bench. I think I might go like 360. I'm not really gonna push that much more. That's pretty close for right now as far as I wanna push. I already hit top set on the pull-ups. That went over for a little bit. And then the deadlift. 585 actually went pretty well, and I didn't feel it too badly in my grip. So I would like to jump to 635. Just throw 25 pounds on and see if that's there. I don't know. 50 pounds is probably a lot. Not really for the deadlift. Deadlift don't feel bad at all. It's just where the grip's going to hot out. So I think we're going to try it and see what happens.
And the pull-up weights just progressively keep getting lower and lower, but that is okay because I already did the work that I needed to do. This set was all about this bench press, which I only ended up getting 3. I could not finish 4 because of the tweak in my pec. It wasn't that I didn't think I could eke it out. I definitely could, but it probably would not have been smart. But the biggest thing here was this deadlift. 635 was only 15 pounds under where my previous PR is, so I was real pumped about this. My chin gets all out of position, and I do break my brace a little bit there, but weak lockout is what it is. I'm taking it and being happy about it.
All right, so complete shocker. 635 actually went up. It did not go up well. The deadlift again was completely fine, but I definitely was losing out of my hand, and that could or could not be why it got put down so quickly. Anyway, it did end up going, and that was cool. I actually felt a little bit of a twinge in my pec on that last floor press, so that's why I cut that a little bit short. It's always smart. If you feel something weird, it's not worth it if you're just doing like normal training, guys. I'm not training for a contest. I'm training for my life right now. So the idea of like tearing a pec or something is about the last thing that I need on my list of awesome things happening in my body. So good workout for me. I'm happy about it. I'm probably gonna hit some assistance right now, but guys, I'm gonna cut the video here because I'm sure it's already long. I did a lot of talking. If you guys would be so kind to either leave me squat or bench questions down below for a Q&A that I'm gonna be doing later this week, that'd be awesome, so that I can hopefully do some things that are relevant and will help you guys out, and that I won't be stupid with 0 questions on a Q&A. So I will catch up with you guys later in the week with that. Until I do, go out to something amazing, guys. Keep working hard, people. Be nice to each other. I'll see you then.